name is Alejandro Andres Alvarado, and I am doing this on behalf of Miami-Dade College's communications class. This is a speech based on the second chapter, which is based off of perception. And today, I have an audience of my friends that provide positive feedback and their perception of me. My self-perception speech. Introduction. People perceive me as an individual who is really outgoing, passionate, and always very eager to help. However, I tend to become different, and depending on the specific environment, I tend to change accordingly. Each environment restricts me in the way I behave. Thus, people perceive me differently in an area as opposed to the next. Depending on these locations, whether it be work, school, social, people's perceptions of me change drastically. We will be viewing the positive and the negative sides to each one of these perceptions in these different environments. After we view the positive and negative sides, we will be going through a conclusion on how we can take the positive and eliminate the negatives. People react towards me in different ways. People first tend to react saying that, oh, I'm sort of a very cautious individual at first. But the general idea is that the environment changes drastically the way I behave. Work. Here, customers and coworkers view me as a quiet, calm, and antisocial type. Positive sides are to the point, rarely hesitant, and look for approval before making actions. So I tend to correlate more with those in charge, like my manager. Negatives. I tend not to smile or jest according to other people. Very, very quiet. I tend not to socialize with either customer or coworker, thus not making any relationships. Stand very still with cold stare is technically what most people say when they first see me. At school, it's a totally different perception of me. My friends tend to perceive me as an overachiever, loud, and very expressive on my opinions. The positive side to this, people tell me, that I participate in both class and teacher lectures. I'm very attentive and I carry myself in a very positive light. Positive comments, always talking things that are relevant to the class and not afraid to express my opinions. Negative sides to that, though, are that I tend to talk a little too much. And people say that I'm way too energetic at times. So I tend to make the situation bigger than it needs to be. Social perception. In the environment, people tend to see me as a shy, rarely engaging person, and I'm also very competitive. The positive side to this is that people tend to listen to me more than talk, giving out positive feedback. Always up for outings and social gatherings, meaning I'm always up for Gettys or any other kind of outing my friends are willing to throw at me. The negative side to this, however, is that I rarely express myself how I truly feel to my friends. And sometimes I tend to hold things back, so it feels like a one-sided relationship. And competitiveness sometimes makes me arrogant and angry. Like when I'm playing a game, or I'm just, talking about a specific person, I tend to get competitive in a sense that causes me to be obnoxious. In conclusion, depending on my environment, my friends, my coworkers and family members view me differently. Different environments tend to make me more or less comfortable and thus allowing or restricting me to act accordingly. Perhaps if I use all the positive elements from each environment and synchronize them, I can achieve or be perceived in a more positive light. My culture has taught me to respect women and tend to think outside the box. But I know for a fact that even through my cultural teachings, people tend to perceive me as a person that's open to all sorts of guidings and other cultures. I compare myself to my younger brother, sometimes like a sibling rivalry of sorts, but we're always there for each other. He tends to perceive me as a person who's very studious, very quiet, and he tends to think of himself the other way around. That's the sibling rivalry. Anyways, thank you for listening to my video presentation, and thank you to my communication class and all my friends and thank you for listening.